we see that they are going to be chisel shaped. Okay, so that is why it is going to be this way. Now, why do we use these incisors for, guys? We're going to use them for biting and cutting. But then I told you guys, one thing which is going to be very important regarding this is like how many roots are they going to have? Because we have roots, we have your fangs, okay, whatever you like to call them. So incisors are going to have only one root. Let's come down to canines. Canines, how are they going to be? They are going to be pointed. Once again, they are going to have only one root. What is the job, guys? The job is to tear the food. To tear the food, tear the flesh, or to hold the food in its place. Third thing, we said we are going to have our premolars. Premolars, guys, these are also known as bicuspids. Now, why bicuspids, guys? Because there are two hill-like structures out over here. Okay, so we are going to see something like this. But now, guys, let's try to look at the roots. We are going to see two roots out over here. Okay, but what is the job, guys? What is the molar going to do? The premolars are going to grind and crush the food. Okay, the same job is going to be done by your molars as well. However, what is the difference in that case? Molars are going to be your principal grinders and crushers. So premolars, they are going to cut down the food, they're going to break it, they're going to grind it, they're going to make it a little like powdery kind of a thing. But then when we talk about the molars are the one who are going to convert it into a pasty thing. So that now it is going to convert into a bolus, and that bolus can be gulped down at the time of swallowing. Okay. One very important thing, guys, when we talk about the upper molars, they have three roots. The lower molars, they are going to have two roots. Oh, just a moment, just a moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So guys, and now what happens out over here? So we said, okay. So when we talk about your molars, once again, guys, when we talk about the last molars, we said that these last molars, they are only going to come when you are going to be an adult. And that is why we call them as your wisdom teeth. Okay, so this is what we had seen in the last class. But guys, now we need to move ahead and we need to say something. Leave it. Okay, we need to know something that is your dental formula. Okay, So let's try to see what is this dental formula, how is it going to be like, who is going to show how many teeth, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's try to see, guys. So first of all, when we study the different teeth, okay, now let's try to do this thing one by one. Okay, okay. So guys, when we study the teeth, like when we are talking about your jaw, when we're talking about like how are the incisors, how are the canines, what is the shape, what is the structure, and all this thing, the study of teeth is basically called as your dentition. Okay, so study of teeth, this is known as dentition. Okay, fine. But now, guys, basically, when we talk about your teeth, now, how many sets of teeth do we generally get, guys? So we will see that, we are generally going to have two sets of teeth. Now, how come two sets of teeth? So first one, we are going to have milk teeth, or they are going to be your temporary teeth, right? And those are the ones they are going to fall off, and then they are going to be replaced by your permanent teeth. So always remember, when we talk about your teeth, we have two sets of teeth. And because we have two sets of teeth, guys, we call ourselves as diphyodonts. Okay. So we are diphyodonts. Fine. But now, once again, like I said, in these two sets of teeth, guys, the first set, this is going to be your temporary, and the second set is going to be permanent. Okay. But now this temporary teeth, basically, the temporary teeth, they are also known by other names. We also call them as your deciduous. Okay, deciduous teeth. Now, deciduous means what? Those are going to be those trees who shade their leaves, right? So that is why deciduous, because they are going to fall off. Or just we will also call them as your milk teeth. But now, guys, when are you going to have this thing and when are they going to fall off? So what you will see is approximately by 8 months. By 8 months around, you are going to start with showing these teeth. Like these teeth, they are going to come up, and by around 2 years, okay, they are going to be completely formed. Okay, so the entire milk teeth, they are going to be completely formed by around 2 years. Okay, but now once we have these, okay, later on what is going to happen? The permanent teeth, they are now going to start coming up from underneath your temporary teeth. And now they are going to be replacing the temporary teeth. So the second set that is going to come, that is going to be your permanent teeth. Okay. But now permanent teeth, guys, when are they going to come up? So roughly around 8 years. Okay, roughly around 8 to 10 years, you are going to see that all your milk teeth, they are going to be completely replaced by your permanent teeth. It is this way. Okay, fine. Sure. Next thing, guys, what we need to know. Okay. Now, how are the milk teeth going to be replaced? And what really is going to happen? So first, let's try to talk about your jaw. Okay, so let's imagine this is our entire jawline. So what happens is inside our jaw, guys, there are going to be these sockets. These sockets, basically, we call them as your alveoli. Okay, so we are going to have alveoli. And what we are going to see, guys, is that these teeth, they are going to be fitted into this alveoli really properly. So basically how, so we have a socket and we are going to have a peg which goes into the socket like this. So for example, guys, see, you guys are using mobile phones, right? So you are having a charger. The charger has two, this thing, like, two metal rods kind of thing, sticking out. Those are nothing but pegs. And what happens? You put them into the electric socket. So that is nothing but a peg and socket joint. So guys, this joint, whatever we are talking about, this is our peg and socket joint. Or to be very specific, guys, we call this thing as compasses. Okay, so peg and socket joint or compasses. But now, guys, can I say in us, okay, mostly when we talk about humans, in us, the teeth are going to be firmly placed in the jawbone. Okay, right? So the teeth are firmly placed in the jawbone. Okay, and because they are firmly placed in the jawbone, guys, what do we call this kind of a situation? We call these kinds of animals as thecodonts. We call them as thecodonts. Okay, where the teeth are completely fixed into your jawbone. Okay, but now, okay, I told you, but now the permanent teeth, they are going to come from underneath the temporary teeth. So what is really happening out over there? So let's try to see. So let's just zoom in into this a little bit, guys, and let's try to see. Okay, so fine. So let's try to see, guys. So here you are going to have the socket. So like this, like this. Okay, so let's imagine. Okay, and now we are going to have our milk teeth. Okay, so let's say the milk teeth have come out over here. They are embedded into the alveoli like this. Okay, and now what are we going to see is, guys, see, these tooth, they are going to have their roots like this, or they are going to have their fangs extending into the alveoli, right? So this is how it is going to be. Now what happens, guys? What you are going to see is you are actually going to have permanent teeth. They are located underneath this thing. They are present inside your jaw itself, guys. Now what happens? See, as the permanent teeth, they are going to mature. See, they are going to be pushed outwards. So these are going to come to the top. So slowly, slowly, they are reaching like this towards the alveoli. But now, guys, if they are reaching towards the alveoli, aren't they going to, reach the roots or the fangs? Yes, they are going to reach the fangs. But now, if they are reaching the fangs, guys, what they do is they are going to dissolve those roots. And as the roots are dissolved or they are going to weaken these roots, what will happen to the milk teeth? The milk teeth start shaking, they start moving, and then what? It is just going to fall off. Okay, this is how it is going to be. Guys, if by any chance you look at the picture of a baby skull, guys, it looks like an alien. Okay, just give me a moment, guys. Just give me a moment. I'll just pull out that picture. Let me just grab that picture. Just a moment. I'm just pulling out that picture, guys. Yeah. Yes. So, guys, just have a look at this. Okay, what you will see this like an alien. But this is how a human baby uh, Gomphosis. Gomphosis is nothing but the peg and socket joint. The tooth and the this joint basically, this is known as the tooth and the jaw joint. This joint is called as gomphosis. It has a name. Okay, so guys, see. So if you look at these, see the permanent teeth, they are going to be up. Okay, at the here it is going to be down permanent teeth, and these in between they are going to be your temporary teeth, guys. Okay, so this looks like really, really horrific, but then yes, this is your a baby's bone, a baby's skull. Okay, and another one in progress. Okay, this one you will like it. Okay, this is all intact. This is the another one. This is going to be in progress. One moment. Yes. So just have a look at this, guys. So see, as the permanent teeth they are coming, so they have dissolved the roots of the temporary teeth have fallen, and just see out over here, see these permanent teeth, they have like come from the down, and they have like come out of your skull. Okay, so see, they are arising from here like this. Everybody getting the hang of this thing, guys? Sure, no issues. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Sure. Okay, but now guys, see once again, when we talked about our jaw, okay, we talked about our jaw showed us different kinds of teeth. So see, incisors, they have a different shape, canines have a different shape, premolars have a different shape, your molars have a different shape. So everybody is having different shapes. So what happens is, guys, when we talk about our teeth, okay, we say that our teeth, they are going to be heterodonts. Okay, so once again, on the basis of what kind of teeth you show, we divide animals into homodonts and heterodonts. Okay, but now what do I mean by homodonts? See, homo means what? Homo means same. Hetero means different. So if we're talking about homodonts, guys, you are going to see that homodonts, they show the same type of teeth. Okay, they have the same type of teeth over and over again. So only one type of teeth they will show. So for example, who are we talking about, guys? We are talking about sharks. So if you have seen, if you have ever seen a shark tooth, basically the shark tooth appears something like this. And this is going to repeat over and over and over again, guys. Okay, only one type of tooth. Okay, nothing else. Okay, for example, guys, we have your frogs. For example, we have lizards. They are going to have only one type of your teeth basically, and that is why we call them as homodonts. On the other hand, guys, we are heterodonts. So heterodonts, these are going to show you different types of teeth. So everyone is going to have different kind of your this thing, your shapes and sizes. So for example, we have humans, we have dogs, we have cats, okay, etc., etc., etc. These are going to be your heterodonts. Okay, everybody all right with this thing, guys? Right? Okay, but now let's try to move ahead, guys, and let's try to see something that is called as dental formula. Okay, so for that, guys, let me just pull this picture once again for you, so that you will have a. Okay, so guys, what is this dental formula and why is it important? Always remember, when we talk about this dental formula, guys, dental formula remains the same for a particular species. Okay, so let's say if we're talking about humans, humans will have a dental formula. So whether it is you, whether it is me, under normal circumstances, natural circumstances, the dental formula will remain the same. Whether you are a dog, whether you are a cat, whether you are a buffalo, whether you are a cow, each one of you will have a proper formula, okay, which is going to be seen in all the dogs, all the cats, all the cows, all the buffaloes, that way. Okay, so what is this dental formula, guys? Dental formula is nothing but this is when we study, okay, the arrangement of teeth. Okay, this is nothing but the arrangement of teeth in the order of in the order of incisors, canines, premolars, and molars in one half of the upper and lower jaw. In one half of the upper and lower jaw. That is known as dental formula. But guys, let's try to understand what do I mean by this thing? Like, what really is happening out over here? Okay, so guys, so for that, once again, let's try to see. We have our jaw. Okay, and now we can, okay, so we have our jawline out over here, guys. Okay, so we said we are going to have incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. See, what did I tell you? What is dental formula? It is nothing but the arrangement of teeth in the order of your incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. This is fine. But then in what? In one half of the upper and the lower jaw. One half. So what am I going to do, guys? I am going to draw a straight line out over here, which is going to divide your jaw into two parts, the left part and the right part. See, guys, but this is going to be only one jaw, right? The same way we are going to have the lower jaw as well. So if this is the upper jaw, Same way it is on the lower jaw. And what did I tell you guys? I told you that the arrangement of teeth in the upper jaw and the lower jaw, it remains the same. What is the only difference, guys? The lower jaw tooth, they are going to be a little smaller, especially the incisors. Okay, rest everything, the arrangement remains the same, the function remains the same, everything is exactly the same. So guys, let's try to see how are we going to find out the dental formula. So guys, dental formula, as I said, we are going to have arrangement of teeth in the order of incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Now this is upper jaw. Okay, but same way we are going to have on the lower jaw also. So once again, incisors, canines, premolars, molars. This is going to be on the lower side. This way. This is going to be our dental formula. Okay, and on the basis of this, we are going to deduce dental formula for all different organs. So whatever we are seeing at this moment, guys, this is the jaw of a completely developed adult. Okay, so let's try to see what is the dental formula for an adult. So see guys, in one half of the upper jaw, how many incisors are we going to have? We have two. How many canines? One. How many premolars? Two. And how many molars? Three. This is for the upper jaw, right? But same way you're going to have the lower jaw also. So 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3. Same thing on the bottom. This is nothing but your dental formula for your adult. Everybody getting this thing? Sure, no issues, guys. Okay, guys, are you getting this? Everyone, right? Okay, so now if you have got this thing, guys, if you have understood this, what I want is, okay, my question goes to Darshanita. Darshanita, can you tell me what will be the dental formula for a teenager? Can you deduce this thing for a teenager? For a teenager, others can also try. Anybody who wishes to answer can answer. What will be the change? There is going to be only one change out over here, guys. Very nice. Tanishka has given me the right answer. Even Zui has given me the right answer. Kanaka has also given the right answer. Everyone, almost Ruby has also given me the right answer. Yes. So, guys, what is going to happen? See, I told you, when are you going to get the wisdom tooth? The wisdom tooth is seen only after you are an adult, right? So now, in the case of a teenager, the wisdom tooth is not going to be present. So, what is going to be the dental formula? 2, 1, 2, 2. Instead of 3, it is going to be 2. 2, 1, 2, 2 upon 2, 1, 2, 2. That's it. That is going to be for your teenager. Okay, now let's try to see the next one, guys. The next one we are going to have is a child. Let's say a child who is going to be roughly around 10 years of age. Now, in that case, guys, now what happens is you are going to see that they are not going to have molars. Okay, so if they are not having molars, guys, you are going to see 2, 1, 2, 0 upon 2, 1, 2, 0. Now, always remember, guys, you need to be a little careful while writing the dental formula for a child. In some of the textbooks, guys, you will always come across 2102 upon 2102. Okay, but according to the newer versions, we always say that it is 2120 upon 2120. Okay, just keep this thing in mind. Okay, but now, okay, we have said we have this dental formula. But from this dental formula, guys, we can deduce the total number of teeth present also. How come? Let's try to see this. So see guys, see we said this is going to be in one half of the upper and the lower jaw. So let's try to see how many teeth are going to be present in one half of upper and one half of the lower jaw. So 2, 1, 2, 3. So 2, 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, and 8. Okay, so we have 8 in the upper half and 8 in the lower half. So if I have to find out the full number, okay, I will have to multiply by 2. So multiply by 2, multiply by 2. How much are we going to have? We are going to have 16 upon 16. And 16 upon 16, what does this mean? 16 plus 16. Guys, this is not 16 upon 16, matlab 1. This is not division. Okay, that would mean you have only one tooth. No. This is not division. Okay, this is like we're trying to find out how many teeth are present. So 16 plus 16, we are going to have 32 teeth. Everybody getting this thing? So this way they will give you sometimes they will give you a dental formula in need, and they will ask you to deduce, find out what is the total number of teeth. Okay, let's try to solve the second one, guys. 2122. So this is going to be 7 upon 7 into 2 into 2. So we are going to have 14 upon 14. So guys, this is going to equal to 14 plus 14, and that is going to be 28. So four teeth are missing. So which four teeth are missing, guys? This is nothing but the wisdom tooth. In one jaw, upper jaw there are two, lower jaw there are two. Okay, fine. Okay, let's try to see next one. Rishi, can you tell me how many teeth is the child going to have? Very nice. Zui has given the right answer. Rishik is also right. Very good, everyone. So see, we are going to have 5 upon 5 into 2 into 2. So 10 upon 10. This is 10 plus 10. That is going to be 20. So guys, see, just by knowing the dental formula, we can always come up with the entire set of teeth. Okay. But now, guys, you know what? Dental formula can also give you another idea as well. So in your exams, guys, okay, in your exams, now please pay attention, okay? So in your exams, guys, they will give you two organisms. So let's say we have two organisms, and let's say one of them has a dental formula 2133 upon 2145. Okay, this is one organism. Now you may say, sir, but now the number of teeth are like different. Upper side is different, lower side is different. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is there is no such rule that it has to be fixed. अब ऊपर जो है वही नीचे. No, it can keep on changing. But okay, but this is going to give you an idea about something. So let's try to reach that. Okay, and now guys, we are going to have another one. Okay, who is going to be 3022 upon 3022. So they have given you two organisms like this. Okay. And now they ask you, find out who of them is a vegetarian or pure veg person. So let's try to see. So guys, think about this. Can anybody think and tell me? Very nice. Very nice, Dia. Very nice, Zoe. Very nice. Very nice. Guys, see. Oh, very nice, Kanaka. Yes, yes, yes. Almost everybody has given me the right answer. Guys, so see, what is dental formula? See, I told you it is going to be incisors, canines, premolars, and molars, right? So when we talk about a carnivore will show you the presence of canines. There have to be these canines. But see, here, if you look at this organism, the canines are missing. So if the canines are missing, guys, what is this? This is the vegetarian organism. Whereas this is going to be your carnivore. This is carnivore. This is your herbivore. Okay. So guys, getting the hang of this thing. So they will ask you these kinds of questions in your NEET exams. Okay. So you have to be a little aware. Okay. Fine. But now, guys, the next thing that we are going to have, okay, is like, no, let me give you one example. So let's say we have 7245 upon 6388. Guys, quickly find out the total number of teeth present in this jaw. Quickly. Will there be a dental formula for homodonts also? Yes, there will be a homodont. So for example, let's say we are having only your molars. Okay, let's imagine. So there are only 6 molars. Okay, so what will the formula be? It is going to be 0, 0, 0, 6 upon 0, 0, 0, whatever 6 or 7 or 8 this way. So dental formula will be present. Guys, just because he has only these kind of molars doesn't mean his dental formula becomes 6 upon 6. What would this mean? If you write it this way, then this would mean he has 6 incisors. Okay, so you have to mention. So incisors 0, canine 0, premolar 0, and then molar like this. Okay, guys, quickly tell me. Let's try to see. Yes. Okay. So let's try to see. So 7 plus 2, guys, this is going to be 9. 9 plus 9, this is going to be 18. So 18 on the upper side. 8, 8, 16, 16 and 6. So 16 and 6, 22, 22 and 25. Right? So 25. So basically, this is going to be 18 into 2 and 25 into 2. This is going to be 36 upon 50. So this is going to be 86. Okay, so guys, like this, they are going to ask you in your exams. You have to be aware, you need to know how this thing is done. Okay, if you want one more example, guys, 43, someone is saying 43. No, 43 is half. What you have forgotten is you have not taken these two things. Okay, you have to multiply it by 2. Okay, once again, guys, a random example once again. So let's say 6379 upon 5432. Okay, quickly find out, guys. Okay, yes, yes, right. Ruby is right. Dia is right. So we have got 78. Kanaka is also right. Okay, so guys, this is how we will be trying to find out the one who is your carnivore, who is your herbivore. Then they will ask you what is the dental formula for different, or I mean different stages of your life. Okay, so something on this. Okay, now the next thing that we have to say, guys. Okay, what is the structure of your tooth? Like, when we talk about your tooth, what are the different regions, different parts, what are the different structures seen inside the tooth? That is what we have to see. So, okay, so let's try to see, guys, once again. So let's say we have a tooth which is going to be something like this. Okay, so I've always told you guys, see the premolar, that is going to be the dentist tooth, because dentist tooth, why? Because whenever you go to the dentist, you will see especially charts are related to this thing only. Okay, because this looks like a really pretty, that is why. Okay. So let's imagine this is our tooth, guys, and this is our jawline. Okay, so it is embedded into the jaw. Now, what are you going to see? See, you are going to see one region which is going to be extending from the gums. Okay, it is coming out. The whitish, yellowish kind of tooth that you see, guys, the one when you do eat whatever that is on the top, this. This is known as our crown. Okay, then, guys, we said we are going to have the lower regions. What are the lower regions? This is nothing but this is going to be our roots, or these are going to be our fangs. Okay, but now, guys, you know what? See, where the crown enters into the gum, at that place, it is going to constrict a little bit. See, it is going to have a little bit of narrowing thing out over here. Now, what is this narrowing portion called? This narrowing portion, guys, this is called as the neck region. The narrowing portion is called as the neck. Okay, so there are three different parts out over here. One is the crown, second is the neck, and third, roots or fangs. Okay, but now let's try to zoom in and let's try to see what really is going to happen. Okay, so guys, the first thing is, let's say once again we are going to have our jawline out over here. Okay, now inside the jawline, first of all, I told you there is going to be your tooth socket like this. So tooth socket, or we call this thing as our alveoli. Okay, so let me just show you. This is nothing but our tooth socket or alveoli. Okay, now what happens, guys? See, you all have got, permanent teeth. So do you remember, like, when your temporary teeth had fallen off, there was a little khadda in your gums, right? And you used to take your tongue and used to try to lick out over there and try to see, oh my God, kya khadda hai, right? And what your parents told you, if you start licking, then daat pura wakra tikda aayega. This is what your parents have told you, right? So that khadda is nothing but, you have this alveoli or your tooth socket. And embedded inside this, now we are going to have our entire tooth. So let's try to see how is this tooth, what are the things that are going to be present inside. Okay, so guys, let's imagine we have our tooth which is like this. Now, there are going to be three different regions of the tooth itself. So guys, the first region which is going to be on the outermost side. Okay, let me just. Okay, so see this outer region. Okay, whatever we are seeing, guys, this outer region, we call this thing as your enamel or ivory. This is going to be the toughest part of your body, guys. Okay, so let me just quickly. Okay, okay. So guys, this is the outermost region. Okay, so this we call this thing as your ivory, or we call this thing as your enamel. Okay, ivory or enamel. Things that we need to know, guys. This is going to be the hardest substance. Hardest substance of the body. Okay, fine. But now, after the ivory or the enamel, guys, we are going to have a second region on the inside. Okay, but now, how is this second region going to be? So, guys, this second region, whatever we are going to see inside, guys, this is going to show you large number of pores, pores, pores. Okay, so this second region, we see it is going to appear really porous. And there is a reason. I will show you what the reason is. So guys, see, this is our second region. Okay, so I'm showing you dots, 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 dots out over here. Okay, so something like this. So this is our second region. And what is the second region, guys? This second region, this is known as dentine. Okay, so we have ivory, second one is dentine. Now, what is the most important thing, guys? This is also hard as a bone. Okay, however, this is not going to be stronger than the enamel. It is going to be hard as a bone. And second important thing, guys, this is going to be completely porous. Okay, so holes, 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 holes inside. The reason for this is, guys, this third region that we are seeing on the inside, this third region is going to contain cytoplasm. And that cytoplasm needs to go in and out, in and out, in and out over here. Acha, okay. So my question goes to Tanishka. Tanishka, are your teeth alive or are they dead? What do you think? Tanishka? Okay. And what about you, Dia? What do you think? Are your teeth alive or are they dead? Arshia, how about you? Okay. Yes. Okay. So see, Dia is saying it is dead. Arshia is saying it is dead. Tanishka is saying alive. Okay. But I want to ask Kanaka. Kanaka, what do you think about it? Okay. Kanaka is saying the root is alive. Rest of the part is dead. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, guys, always remember your teeth, they are alive. I need to keep them alive. If by any chance, see, why am I having cytoplasm out over here, guys? So that the cytoplasm can move out through this porous part and then it can nourish the outer enamel. If for any reason, guys, this enamel does not get any, like, your nutrients or your oxygen or any of the components, immediately they starts blackening. It is going to completely blacken. It is going to, like, immediately die off. So remember, your teeth, they are alive. Another important example is your teeth has sensation. Why? Because there are going to be nerves present inside of it. So the sensation of pain, the sensation of cold, hot. Guys, if you have sensitive, you must have seen Sensodyne advertisement, right? So once again, that is nothing but sensitivity. Why? I will show you what is exactly happening. So guys, the third region which is going to be inside out over here, this we call this thing as your pulp. Okay. Now pulp, and because this pulp is present in a cavity, we call this cavity also as your pulp cavity. Okay. So third region is the pulp which is present in a cavity called as the pulp cavity. And what does this contain, guys? This contains mostly, it contains your first thing, that is your cytoplasm. Okay, and the cytoplasm needs to keep on moving in and out through these pores and nourish the enamel. Okay, but now along with this, guys, you are going to see three important things. So first one, guys, what are you going to see? Right inside this tooth. Now see, I need to supply it with your blood, oxygen, etc. So you are going to see that, oh, there is an extensive network of your blood vessels. Okay, so first thing, we are going to have blood vessels. Okay, fine. Now, just and blood vessels meaning it is going to be your capillaries and all. Okay, guys. So once again, like, if by any chance, like, if you have gone to the dentist and he has done some kind of drilling thing and all, you will see that he destroys the blood vessels inside. Okay, and when he is like drilling your tooth, immediately you will see a little bit of blood and all oozing out. Okay, it is because it has blood vessels inside. Second thing, guys, we are going to see that, see, I need to provide it with protection, right? And how can I provide it with protection? It is going to be with the help of your lymph vessels. So let's say these are nothing but our lymph vessels. Okay, so blood vessels, lymph vessels. But I told you we are also going to have some kind of your sensation as well. So in order to get this sensation, guys, we are going to see the third thing, that is going to be your nerves. So these are the three things that are going to be present inside the tooth. So guys, here we are also going to add this thing. So it is going to contain blood vessels, your lymph vessels, and your nerves. That is it. Okay. But now, once again, our job is not yet done. The reason is, see, I have just taken this tooth and I've just fitted it into the socket. But this should also this should be also held into the socket like firmly. How is that going to happen? So let's try to see. So guys, whenever we talk about this socket, what are we going to realize is inside the socket, you are going to see some ligaments. And these ligaments, they are now going to hold this entire tooth in position. So they are going to be like this, like this, like this, like this, and they are like firmly holding this. So, and when will you see their effect, guys? See, when your tooth is about to fall, guys, it becomes loose, and when it becomes loose, you can even actually bend the tooth. Still it is attached at the base, but you can bend the tooth, like it's coming out and going back in. So how is it held? This is held with these ligaments. What are these ligaments? We call them as your periodontal. These are known as a periodontal ligaments. Okay, fine. But now, guys, even then, our job is not yet done because we need to have one more product out over here. So, guys, what are you going to see? The space that is there in between your alveoli, that is the tooth socket and the tooth, all of it, it is now going to be covered by a bony substance. So you are going to have this bony substance completely covering each and every part out over here, like this. Okay. And what is this final bony thing called, guys? This bony thing, this is nothing but we call it as cementum or cement. And that is it. This is the structure of your entire. Guys, in your exams, they will ask you to draw this thing for 3 marks, minimum 3 marks. Okay, so guys, just have a look, just see if you are okay with this thing, if everyone has understood this part properly. Sir, can you explain lymph vessels again? Yes. So basically what happens is lymph is another system. See, just like how we have our circulatory system, the blood circulatory system, right? Same way we have the lymph system. So what is the lymph system going to consist of? The lymph system consists of the lymphatic vessels, and lymphatic vessels contain lymph. And lymph contains your WBCs. And WBCs, they are going to be especially your lymphocytes. And they are going to provide immunity to your body. So that is why we have lymph vessels. Okay, everybody all right with this, guys? Sure, no issues? Okay, so with this, guys, we are almost done with your tooth part. Okay, and now what we had done and where were we exactly? Let's try to see. So, guys, we were talking about one, your lips. After that, we spoke of your tongue. We talked about your teeth. Now we need to talk about your entire alimentary canal, like what exactly is happening out over there. Okay, so let's try to once again pull out the same picture, guys. So let me just, okay, until you're stuck. Okay, so guys, this is exactly the same thing that we have done. Okay, I'm just trying to use the same picture. Okay, so now guys, see, we are done with your lips, we are done with your teeth, we are done with your tongue. But now we need to talk about what is going to happen in the pharynx region. Okay, so because we said, see, the pharynx, you are going to see that the respiratory system is going to meet with the digestive system, right? But then what do we need to know more about the pharynx? So let's try to see this. So guys, now what happens is, see, when we have this pharynx is going to be at the back. We said, okay, respiratory system meets with the digestive system. But can I say that this top portion of this pharynx, it opens up into your nasal chamber? That means it joins with your respiratory system. And this lower portion of the pharynx, it joins with your digestive system, right? So guys, what are we going to see is, see, I can show you that this is a small opening. Okay, this is one small opening and this is another small opening. Okay, it is of the pharynx only. Okay, but because this opens up into the nasal chamber, guys, this opening of the pharynx, we call this thing as your nasopharynx. This is known as nasopharynx. And the one which is opening at the bottom, guys, the one which opens at the bottom, this is called as your oropharynx. pharynx. So nasopharynx and oropharynx. So these are going to be your two important things. Okay, this is what we need to know. Okay, this is another additional information that is there. Then we said, okay, we are going to have the glottis region. In the glottis region, we are going to have the epiglottis. Okay, once again, what is this epiglottis? We said it is going to be a flap-like structure which is going to cover the opening of the trachea. It prevents the food from entering inside the trachea at the time of swallowing. That's it. Okay, so guys, I'll just mark these things. Um, okay, so pharynx and pharynx. So this is new information. Okay, now the next thing we have to talk about is your esophagus. Guys, this entire tube which connects the food or which is going to connect the mouth and the stomach. That is our esophagus. But now, what do we need to know? What is really going to happen out over here? Let's try to see. Okay, so guys, when we talk about this esophagus, how long is this esophagus? So generally we are talking about, guys, roughly approximately 25 centimeters in length. Now what is going to happen, guys? This esophagus is going to pierce, it pierces down the diaphragm, it pierces the diaphragm and meets with the stomach. Okay, it pierces the diaphragm and meets the stomach. Okay, next thing, guys, but now when we talk about this, okay, what is the only job? Its only job is to conduct the food. It conducts the food from the mouth to the stomach. That is the only job. Okay, nothing else. Okay, but now how is it going to how is it going to conduct the food? Guys, it is going to be conducting the food in a very smooth manner. Why? Because this is going to be completely lined by mucous membrane. Okay, it is lined by mucous membrane, and this mucous membrane continuously produces your mucus, and it is going to line that entire mucus. So my question is, but have you ever seen it, like that mm, there is mucus in your esophagus? I'm damn sure you have, guys. Just remember the time when you have done ulti. Okay, so when you have like okay, what happens, guys, when you look at your ulti? How is it? Is it like nice, watery kind of thing? No, it is always going to be slimy, sticky. Sometimes you can even see cup inside of it, right? Real actual cup. So where is it all coming from? Guys, this is all coming from your esophagus, because your esophagus is, yes, absolutely right. Okay, it is going to be completely lined by your mucous membrane. Okay, so that is why the food is also going to be gulped down really easily. But now, guys, you know what? See, this esophagus, it does not help in digestion at all. Why? Because it does not produce any enzyme. Very important. Okay? It does not produce any enzymes. And because it doesn't produce any enzymes, therefore, it does not help in digestion. Okay, fine. But now the next thing is, guys, but now how is the food going to pass from the mouth to the stomach? So, guys, always remember when we talk about this, it is going to show something called as peristalsis. So, you will see the food moves as a result of peristalsis. But now, what is this peristalsis? This is nothing but an alternate wave of contraction and relaxation that is going to pass through your entire alimentary canal, right from the mouth up to the anus. Okay, and this is nothing but peristalsis. It is nothing but an alternate wave of contraction and relaxation. And that is going to push the food forward. Okay, but now how is this going to be? Let's try to understand. So guys, let's imagine this is our esophagus. Okay, so this is our esophagus. And now this is the bolus. So first thing, what is going to happen when the bolus is going to enter the esophagus, guys, in order to accommodate this. Now what is going to happen? There are going to be certain muscles. These certain muscles, they are going to relax out over here. So they're going to expand kind of thing. Okay, those muscles are going to expand. We actually call them as circular muscles. Okay, now what happens? Because they have expanded, okay, you will see that the bolus fits into the esophagus like this. But I cannot keep it at one place because I need to have a wave-like structure. So now what happens is, guys, these circular muscles, they need to contract. Okay, while they are going to contract, guys, another set of muscles called as longitudinal muscles, they are going to push the bolus in the downward direction. Okay, but now see, as the bolus has gone down, okay, so from here it has moved down. So what will happen, guys? You are going to see that the upper portion is going to come back to normal and the lower portion gets extended like this. Once again, because of your circular muscles, like this. Okay, and this is going to be pushed ahead in the next class. I mean, in the next moment. So you are going to see, okay, in the next moment, oh, okay. So you are going to have this situation. So you're going to see that upper portion becomes normal. Now this becomes extended like this, and it is going to be this way. And this thing keeps on continuing again and again, again and again, again and again, until the undigested food reaches the anus. Everybody getting this thing, guys? Has everybody understood what is peristalsis? Okay, guys, you can just imagine it to be a wave of your alternate contraction and relaxation. Okay, and now, guys, like I told you, see, okay, this is going to be alternate contraction and relaxation. And who is going to help bring this thing about? So I'll just mention this is brought about by your circular and longitudinal muscles. Okay, so your circular and longitudinal muscles. Okay, so everybody all right with this, guys? Sure, no issues. Okay, just have a look. If everybody is okay, then we can move ahead with our stomach. I would always remember in your NEET exams, guys, they will always ask you. One, they will give you the entire, like, the elementary canal, like, the stomach, maybe esophagus, then small intestines, and then, maybe, or they will say that, ileum or jejunum, like that. And then they will ask you, find the odd man out. Okay, and then suddenly you'll be like, hey, everybody is the same thing, like, it's a part of your digestive system only. But then who is going to be the odd man out? It is going to be esophagus. Why? Because it does not produce your digestive juices. Okay, guys, everybody all right? Let's try to move ahead. Can you zoom in onto the esophagus? Okay, this is fine. Don't write this thing down right now. Okay, when I send you the PDF now, then you can sit and write down. Don't try to write it at this moment. At this moment, just try to pay attention. Okay, chalo. So guys, let's move ahead now. All right, everybody. Okay, but now, guys, the next thing that we have to see is we have to see your stomach. Okay, so see, guys, the food has now moved from the mouth. Somehow we have swallowed it. After swallowing, the food has been pushed into the esophagus, and through the esophagus, zoom, it has it has now going to enter into the stomach. So now let's see what are the things that are going to be present in the stomach. How is it really going to happen? Okay. Okay. So guys, now let's try to see how is the stomach really going to appear? What are the parts? Okay, so we have this as the esophagus. The esophagus is going to enter the diaphragm. Through the diaphragm, it is going to come down and it is going to enter into your stomach. Now you are going to see that the stomach is going to appear something of this sort. थोड़ा सा जरा गड़बड़ हो गया 1 minute. Okay. So your stomach actually looks something of this sort. Okay, even though we don't draw it like this all the time, but it appears something of this sort. Okay. But now let's try to see what are the parts, what are the different parts out over here, guys. Okay, so first thing is that this is nothing but this is our esophagus. So we don't have to worry about this. We have already spoken on this. Okay, but now as this esophagus, guys, enters into the stomach, this stomach is going to show you four different regions. Okay, so this first region, guys, this first region, this is the one which is going to be facing the heart. Okay, see, because your heart is going to be somewhere out over here, right? So this is the one which is facing the heart. So that is why we call this thing as the cardiac region. So the first one, this is cardiac region, okay, or the cardiac, this thing. We just call it cardiac. Okay, the second part, guys, if you see this thing, see this is a little dome-like structure that is happening. It is going to come back and it increases in size, goes a little up. This is nothing but we call this thing as the fundus. So we have the cardiac, the fundus, then the third is the almost main body, guys. Okay, so this main body, we call this thing as body only. Okay, so cardiac, fundus, body. Some people will also call this thing as corpus. Okay, because corpus in Greek means body. Okay, and finally, guys, finally, after this, we are going to have this small tail-like structure which is coming out, guys. This small tail-like structure, we call this thing as pylorus. This is termed as pylorus. So we have cardiac, so cardiac region, fundus, body or corpus, and the last one it is pylorus. So this way we have our entire system. Okay, but now guys, what happens? See, whenever you have food, is the food directly going to enter the stomach just like that? Like you have like off on loads and loads of food. Is all the food top 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 top? It is going to fall into the stomach? No, the answer is no, guys. What happens is we are always going to monitor how much amount of food is going to enter, how much amount of food is going to leave the stomach. And in order to maintain that, guys, in order to understand that, we are going to have some sphincters. Now, what are these sphincters, guys? Sphincters are nothing but we can consider them as valves. These valves, they open and close and allow the movement of food in and out this way. So guys, we have this valve out over here. Okay. Yes. So what is this valve basically? I told you, see, this is a valve or a sphincter. So this sphincter, we call this thing as the cardiac sphincter. This is known as cardiac sphincter. And this one, which is going to be somewhere in the tail region, guys, this is known as your pyloric sphincter. So the cardiac sphincter and the pyloric sphincter. Fine, everybody all right with this? But now let's really talk a little bit about the stomach. Then we will once again focus onto what is cardiac sphincter, what is your pyloric sphincter. So guys, once again, if we talk about the length of the entire stomach, you are going to see the length is going to be roughly around 25 centimeters. Oh my God. So every time, whenever we are talking about guys, 25, 25, 25, we are coming across this number again and again, again and again. Guys, keep this number in your mind. Okay. So we have 25 centimeters. But then how is this? Your entire stomach is going to be J-shaped organ. Okay, so you're going to see this is like a J kind of a thing. That is why J-shaped organ. Okay, but how is it? Guys, this is going to be highly muscular. This is going to be highly muscular. This is going to be highly elastic. And what is the job, guys? The job is to continuously churn the food. So you are going to see that it keeps on churning and churning and churning. Okay, it churns the food. That's it. But now, guys, okay, one very important thing. Now, see, when we look at the stomach, okay, what happens? In the stomach, we are going to have the inner wall, right? The inner wall of the stomach is actually thrown into some small folds. Okay, these folds, we call them as rugae. Guys, oh, very important neat question. Okay, so the folds of the stomach, what are they called? These are called as rugae. Okay, these are nothing but folds. Okay, so I will just mention one more thing. It shows folds, and these folds we call them as rugae. Okay, fine. But now after this, now we need to talk about your, the cardiac sphincter and the pyloric sphincter. So let's try to see how is it going to be. Let's try to see a small difference. Okay, so guys, my question to you is, okay, see, see this cardiac sphincter basically, see whenever the food is going to enter into the esophagus. Okay, my question is, have you ever felt that when you were having too much amounts of food, suddenly you felt there is a little pain in the chest or congestion in the chest, or you feel कि अरे जेवण वरती आलं, right? Yes. So why is that happening? That is happening because this cardiac sphincter does not allow all the food to enter into the stomach. It will allow only small portions of the food, little to enter into the stomach for digestion. The rest, all of it is just going to still stay into the esophagus. And then what happens, guys? We get that, uneasy feeling that, oh my God, everything is stuck out over there. And then when you burp, at that time, what happens? Some amount of the food particles, they once again come back into your mouth. It is because of this. So guys, first thing, this cardiac sphincter, it regulates movement of food. Okay, so this regulates movement of food from where? It is going to be from the mouth to the stomach. Okay, from the mouth to the stomach, or you can also say that is nothing but the esophagus to the stomach. Okay, so but now the next thing, guys, second thing, my question to you is, see guys, you must have vomited like millions and millions of times. Okay, when you were a small kid, you must have been vomiting every now and then. After every meal, you used to vomit. Okay, but my question to you guys is, has it ever happened that you know uh, when you vomit, along with that vomit, some fecal matter has oozed out into your mouth? Has it ever happened? No, right? Now there has to be a reason why fecal matter doesn't come. Guys, look over here. See this pyloric sphincter, this is connected to your duodenum. This is the one which is going to prevent the fecal matter to come in the opposite direction. Otherwise, what would have happened if this pyloric sphincter would have opened up? then the fecal matter could have come back into the stomach from the stomach at the time of vomiting from up here, blah, 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 and all fecal matter. Does it happen? No. Also, in normal circumstances, guys, you are going to see that the contents of the stomach, even they are also not going to come back into the esophagus. Why? Because this cardiac sphincter is going to close and it is going to prevent that thing from happening. So the second thing, guys, what does this thing do? It prevents the backflow. It prevents the backflow of food from the stomach to the esophagus. Okay, and that is why I said, guys, this is going to act as a valve, right? So it is exactly acting as a valve. And same thing, guys, is going to happen with regards to your this thing as well. So let's try to see. So when we yeah. So see, when we talk about your pyloric sphincter, guys, see, okay, so pyloric sphincter is also going to regulate the movement of food, but from where? From the stomach into your duodenum. Okay, so this is the difference from the stomach to the duodenum. Okay, and the second thing, guys, just like this one was preventing the backflow. Here, the pyloric sphincter prevents the backflow of food from the duodenum into the stomach. So that the same thing out over here once again. Okay, from the duodenum to the stomach. That is it. That is what we need to know with regards to the structure of your entire stomach. Okay, with this, guys, just have a look if everybody is okay. Okay, one thing very important from here, guys, they will always ask you about this rugae. Okay, so you need to know this thing properly. Okay, everybody all right with this? Any doubts? Anything anybody wishes to ask, guys? Any doubts? Anything you wish to ask? Anybody? Is everybody clear? Okay. Okay. So guys, once this is done, now we are going to move into your small intestine. So let's try to see what is small intestine. How is it going to be? Very, very simple, guys. Very simple. Okay. So once again, we have our stomach like this, our stomach, J-shaped organ. And this stomach is now going to give rise to your small intestine. But what did I say, guys? This small intestine, it is now going to be divided into your three different regions, right? So we said this first region, this is nothing but it is going to be your duodenum. The second region after duodenum, we are going to have your jejunum. Okay, and after your jejunum, the last one, which is going to show us largest amount of your windings, that is going to be our ileum. Okay, so we have said, okay, this way. Now, guys, I am showing it to you in this simple, straight lined manner, but then in reality, your small intestine is not like this. Your small intestine, it is going to be like completely like loops, loops, loops kind of thing. Okay, so this way. Okay, it is this way. But for all practical purposes, we are just showing you like this. Okay. So now, once again, when we talk about small intestine, okay, so small intestine, guys, we said this is now going to be made up of three parts. Okay, so the first one we said, okay, this is going to be your duodenum. Now, guys, what do we need to know about this duodenum? Guys, this is going to be U-shaped structure. This is U-shaped. Once again, guys, what is the length going to be? This is once again 25 centimeters. See, I told you, keep a look at this 25 centimeter thing, right? So this is going to be 25 centimeters. Then after that, guys, what are we going to say? We can also say that this is nothing but 12 finger breadths in length. Okay, 12 finger breadths in length. Okay, because earlier they used to call it this way. Okay, but now, guys, this is going to be a little wider as compared to your Jeju. Okay, so fine. So this is the first. The second one, let's try to see. The second one, guys, we are going to have our jejunum. Okay, but now why do we call this thing jejunum, guys? Because this is going to appear empty at the time of your postmortems. Most of the time, this appears empty. Okay, so jejunum, guys, how long is this thing going to be? This is approximately 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters in length. Okay, but then as I said, see, this is wider, so this is going to be a little bit narrower. Okay, narrower than duodenum. Okay, and the third thing, guys, this is the one which is going to appear empty during your postmortem. Okay, now, guys, there would be this question in your mind: why does this appear to be empty? Like, what is the reason? Why isn't there any food present? So my question to you guys is, guys, have you ever seen a dead body by any chance? A dead body. Guys, if you have ever seen a dead body, what you will notice is, even if the person is dead, the stomach keeps on moving up and down, up and down, up and down. It is a really scary sight, because what happens, like, you see that the person is dead, but still the stomach is moving. Suddenly you are feeling, oh my God, this person alive. You touch the person, the person is completely cold, but then the stomach keeps on moving. Guys, why does this thing happen? This happens because peristalsis continue to take place 8 to 10 hours even after your death. Why? Because these muscles, they are your smooth muscle fibers, and smooth muscle fibers will store huge amounts of energy inside of them. So unless and until that energy has not been utilized or exhausted, until then you will not see peristalsis stopping, and that is the reason what is going to happen. All the food that is present in the second region, that is the jejunum, it is by that time pushed into your ileum. This is how it is going to be, and that is why this appears to be empty. Okay, and then we are going to have the third region. The third region, we have ileum. Ileum, this is actually, ileum means windings or contortions. So you're going to see this is roughly going to be 3.5 meters, and if you look at this, this is going to be wider than jejunum. This is wider than jejunum. Okay, and shows, I can say, shows loops and loops, basically shows bendings, twistings, or contortions like this. Okay, but now, guys, see, I told you, okay, in reality, how is your intestine going to be? Your intestines, they are going to be like small intestines. It is going to be like completely a mess like this, you know. You will see that, there are like folds and folds and folds and folds like this. But then, if there are these folds, doesn't the small intestine get entangled inside your system, guys? The answer is no. And the reason for this is, guys, what you will see is this entire intestine, this is now going to be held in position with the help of a net-like structure. And this net-like structure, guys, we call this as your mesenteries. Okay, so guys, in the same structure, if I have to show, you will see that this is now held together like this by a complete network-like thing. Okay, and this network-like thing, we call this thing as your mesenteries. Until a few years ago, guys, this was not recognized at all. But today we recognize this as a new organ altogether. Okay, so we have these mesenteries. Okay, and now guys, these mesenteries, and as I told you, this hold the intestine in place. Okay, they are going to be holding the intestine in place. And second thing, guys, they are also going to have blood vessels. They will show you blood vessels. Plus, they are also going to have your lymph vessels. And also, guys, these are also going to show you the presence of nerves. All of this is going to be present inside the mesenteries. Guys, very, very important question from the NEET point of view. They will ask you, what is mesenteries? Or they will ask you, identify, which of the vessels are not present in mesenteries. Okay, or which are present, which are not present. What are the things that are not a part of mesenteries? That way. Okay, so guys, this is our entire small intestine. But now let's try to find out the length. Now, guys, if we do the calculation, earlier, what did we say? It is roughly going to be 7 meters. But now see, 3.5 meter, 2.5 meter, you get 6 meters and 6 meters and 25 centimeters, right? So here, as I told you right at the start, that in this, the addition never matches up. It never sums up properly. So guys, if we look at the small intestine, now what we'll be saying, this is going to be roughly or approximately 6 meters by. Now it is going to have a width, the bore size, guys, so the diameter of this diameter, this is going to be 2.5 centimeters. So 6 meters by 2.5 centimeters, these are the dimensions. Everybody all right with this? Guys, understood this part properly? Okay, sure. So guys, once again, what we will do is we'll stop over here for the day, and then I'll see you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye everyone. Bye.